They're just hitting animals and they're just flying over the hood, over the windshield.
Well, now that we've got the ravine, the age-old ravine gully situation figured out, how does that differ from a gulch? Is there any information there, Mary, about a gulch?
I can look.
A gulch is
not
different.
Not in that specific definition.
It's not in the ravine gully family?
I don't know.
All right.
Gulch versus gully.
Well, because, the only time you ever hear about a gulch when I was a kid watching, cartoons about, like when Daffy Duck was in the Old West. He'd be in, Deadwood Gulch.
As water wears away the land, the geomorphic feature becomes a gully. Cutting farther down, the headlong water makes a gulch. So there you go.
Wow. It's plain as day.
A gulch is a word for a small ravine.
Okay. Wait a second. So we're getting into tiers here. So a gulch is a small ravine.
Deeper than a gully.
Yup.
But shallower than a canyon.
All right. I'm making a mental hierarchy now.
But all of these things are made from rivers running along land.
Okay. Gotcha.
Water running along land.
Right. No, this is very helpful. All right.
Gully, gulch, canyon.
Yep.
I wish they would have kept it the G's. Ganyon.
A ganyon.
Or the G.
You know what else is shallower than a canyon?
Gunyon. It should have been a gunyon.
A gunyon, yeah. Set my truck on fire and roll it down a hill is a classic country song that Mary should know.
I do know that.
I think that was early George Jones, if not mistaken. Although I did get a new song from Ray. Remember Ray?
Mm-hmm.
He used to write Mary's. Now look at Mary's face. Her face is probably actually doing something now.
Oh, God.
How you doing? You all right? You have a long weekend? Busy weekend?
I haven't been
tired?
able to breathe out of my nose since last Wednesday. And it's
breathe out of your mouth. You know the holes are connected.
Sure, but then your mouth is all dry, and then you're a mouth breather.
But aren't you drinking water to hydrate?
Yes, but that doesn't help at nighttime.
You can't drink water while you sleep?
I cannot. Can you?
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, you get one of those Navage things. It just rotates it through your nasal passages. Yes, come on, you coward.
No, I've been trying everything, and my nose and my ears are so clogged. It's terrible.
Is it just air pollution? Is it just that? What is it?
I don't know. I thought it was allergies, but I've tried every type of allergy medication in the last 5 days. I've tried Benadryl. I've tried Claritin, Zyrtec, decongestant forms of those. I've tried Dayquil, NyQuil. I've literally cayenne shots, turmeric shot. I've tried everything you can try, and
maybe they're all canceling each other out.
I don't know what's going on.
Maybe you've overloaded your system by now.
It's not a cold because everything that I'm blowing out of my nose is clear.
Well,
so there's not an infection.
Not an infection. That's a sinus infection. But I think you can still just have a head cold, can't you, without it being
I thought
a full
anytime
infection?
I've had colds, it's usually
the green snot.
Green.
Yeah.
And infections usually mean a fever. I haven't had a fever. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But I've been...
Is it a COVID-y thing, maybe? What's the latest version?
I have no clue. But I took 2 COVID tests and they were both negative.
Okay.
So... my ears, I've never had my ears this clogged before.
That's the
and then
worst.
I was like,
I hate it.
Well, not only can I not hear, but every time I blow my nose, my ears pop and then I get super dizzy. And I'm like, this is not good. Something is, and flying on planes didn't make it better. So I've just been super, super drained.
A lot of pressure changes in your headspace.
I looked it up, all these symptoms, and you have what is now being called Mary Santora disease, and it is fatal.
Oh, no. That's not good.
Wow, so no sooner did you get a disease named after you than you found out you're going to die from it.
Yeah, within
it's like Lou Gehrig getting ALS.
Yeah, life expectancy is, how old are you, 34?
Yeah.
34 to plus.
Wow.
So, it could get you at any time.
Wait, what? 34 to plus? Is that what you said?
Maybe later than 34.
Yeah, 34 and up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with
Well,
me.
then fortunately, I guess it's the perfect time to play you a Ray song since you won't hear it.
Oh, no.
Since your ears are so stuffed up.
They are clogged, but I can still hear kind of.
I mean, he gave me a couple of choices. He gave me one called Long Legs and Mary Santora.
Oh, no.
Which I hope doesn't have spoilers in it.
Did you? Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
No, I probably will this week. Maybe. I got to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm going again tonight.
Oh, you saw it when it came out?
I saw it Friday, and then I'm going again because my buddy hasn't seen it yet. So he's like, can we go see Deadpool? And I'm like, yeah, I'll go see it again. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Made a lot of money.
It made a lot of money.
Made more than they thought it would.
Mm-hmm.
So Long Legs and Mary Santora, and then there's like a death metal one called Mary's. Probably don't want that.
No.
Mary's Infernal Beauty. I'll play the other one. Long Legs and Mary Santora is what it's called.
Long legs creeping in, shadows dark and thin. Mary Santora whispers begin. Tall in his grasp, beware the sin. Ladies knocking, don't let her in. Satan's contract.
So there's the devil. Devil's in this
He
one.
always
No room
comes
for
in.
fear, raise twisted desire.
All right, I hope for those of you with your Ray song bingo card, Ray and his Twisted Desires.
Yes, Brian's going to be with the rats here soon.
Right.
Volcano.
Yeah.
Foot picks for salvation.
Foot picks.
Feel so clear. Coconut milk.
Oh.
urge
Coconut
to
milk.
cheer.
Urge to jeer.
Long legs hunts tonight. Soul to claim. Mary's ghostly silence lurking near. Foot picks for salvation.
Foot
Feel
picks for
so
salvation.
clear.
Yeah.
Coconut milk. Urge to cheer. Long legs hunts tonight.
I don't care for this one. I gotta tell you.
I mean, the vibe is kind of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like just as a song, I don't mind it.
Halloween-y.
There's a slow dramatic style of it that I don't dislike.
Boy, they're not waiting for anything on the retail end, are they? It's already Halloween stuff in stores.
There's a Spirit Halloween down the street from us.
Oh, well,
In
but that's all
Queens.
they do, right? I'm
Yeah.
talking about like your across the board retail establishments, your Targets, Walmarts. It's already all Halloween stuff. Has been for a couple of weeks.
Usually,
As
they
if people
wait
are going to
till-
forget to buy candy.
Yeah, usually they'll wait till school's back in at least.
Yeah.
But
All right,
Yeah,
there
get
is
ahead of
there's Mary's Dark Desires. I got Long Legs and Mary's Dark
beautiful.
Desires. I've got
Beautiful.
sperm news for you. I guess this begs the question, would you turn in your child if they had done something that you found personally repugnant? And one woman, yes. A woman in Phoenix, Arizona, caught her son. They were on a ranch out there in Phoenix, I guess. And on one of the Ring cameras or one of the security cameras, she has very clear footage of her 21-year-old son, Kenneth, banging one of the horses. While she was on vacation, she asked him to clean the horse stalls. Maybe he was unclear about what that meant. Maybe he recently returned home and wasn't hip to all of the ranch hand lingo. She went on vacation, and she went back to survey the footage just to make sure that he had done as she asked, and saw him performing sex acts on the horse.
no.
He was touching and rubbing. There was touching and rubbing. Touching the horse's genitalia, rubbing the horse's genitals on his bare body. Maybe he was engaging in some firefighter cosplay. I don't know. But it doesn't. And then, of course, you know what you normally would do with a horse, I guess. So the mom ends up
What
like
would you normally do with the horse?
Yeah.
Like,
you'd bang the horse.
You know, normal stuff.
Well, isn't that what you would do with an animal? What's
I
more
don't know.
more likely, that you're going to bang the animal or that you're going to rub its dong on your body?
I don't know. When it comes to horses, I go with the Mr. Hand story, and the horse banged him. So yeah.
The mom cut her trip short
Yeah.
and went home to confront her son. Couldn't you just do that over the phone?
And he didn't even clean out
Hey!
the stall.
Oh, I mean, on a lot of these cameras, you
New
can
mess.
you can talk
Yeah.
if you get them.
Get that off your body. Lucas, stop that.
Are you rubbing that horse's genitalia on your bare body? Stop that. What are you doing? This is your mother. Kenneth, what's the frequency? Kenneth, stop that. Stop rubbing that horse's genitalia on your bare body. Stop rubbing and tugging. Kenneth. Poor woman had to cut her trip short. You ever yelled at somebody on the Ring camera, by the way? It's the best.
I don't have one.
They crap their pants immediately.
Sounds fun.
It's great. There's a little bit of cleanup, but boy, it's worth it. He told his mother that he was cleaning the horse. But the mother said that there was no water, soap, or gloves present while he was with the horse.
Oh, my God.
I'm doing it au naturel, Mom. I'm cleaning it with this brand new salve I found.
Called my torso.
That's how I expand the surface area. So she turned him in. She turned him into the Maricopa County Police Department, called the sheriff's office, and turned her son in and provided the surveillance footage. This sounds like this kid, I'll tell you what, if she goes right to that, it sounds like this kid was already a little stinker.
Yeah.
And he was doing
a little stinker.
He was doing all kinds of stuff he shouldn't have been doing.
What a stinker.
Officials confirmed that he had committed the bestiality on 2 different occasions once they surveilled all the footage. They located him at a friend's apartment. Boy, imagine being that friend. Yeah, we were just hanging out, and then the cops showed up and said that they have ring camera footage of you having sex with your mom's horse.
Regular style.
But I like his explanation. 21-year-old Kenneth Sellner. They read him his Miranda rights. He admitted to the deputies, of course. I mean, how can you not? It's right there on camera.
Right.
Said that he did touch the horse's genitals while cleaning the stalls, but he was merely trying to assist the horse. He said that the horse's genitals were, quote, flaky, and that, quote, one thing just led to another. I mean, you've got to already have something in mind just to come to the realization that a horse's genitals are flaky, right? What is that horse doing? That means the mom is not taking proper care of her stock. You know, some people can get real rough with their animals. Here's a kid, mom's out of town. He knows there's cameras. He's looking in after the best interests of this animal. Hey, he had a flaky dong. Is that a crime?
What else am I supposed to do?
Huh?
What else am I supposed to do?
Exactly. One thing led to another is what he said. Maybe he has some kind of developmental disability that they're not mentioning here. Maybe he was merely curious.
How old was he?
He's like, hey, this thing's flaky. And then the next thing you know, he's like, this thing is it going to stop getting bigger? He was 21 years old. He's facing 2 counts of bestiality charges, booked into the Maricopa County Jail. But his mom turned him in. Holy mackerel.
That's a hard day for you as a mom.
Good pun.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, man.
You gotta, like, contend with, like, this is what I made.
Why are you going home early, Janet? Well, Kenneth is on camera, and I caught him. I caught him lotioning our horse's dong.
Being in the livestock
body.
again.
Yeah.
It's so flaky.
Regular way? Yep, regular way.
Regular way.
Regular way you would.
A lot of Olympians are going on OnlyFans to make some quick cash, by the way. You would think that this would run afoul of the International Olympic Commission, but maybe not. Maybe they're all for it. You know, people think that Olympians all cash out at some point, and that's not the case. A couple of them might end up in a Wheaties box, but, you know, a couple of standouts.
There's so many medals, like, in so many events now, especially.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if they can get that money, get it.
$10 a month. I mean, it's not like they started it in Paris. These people were probably doing it before they got to the Olympics. 29-year-old British diver charges $10 a month for his access. Say what?
I was in an Uber on the way either to or from the airport in Michigan, and the guy had on like some type of morning show that was saying that they banned Grindr in the Olympic Village.
Right.
That they like, did you guys talk about that?
No, but I saw the story.
Yeah, that like you can't use that radius. That like you can't set that as your location. It like physically the app won't work. It'll tell you like that location isn't available.
I don't know why they do that. Why do they do that? I mean, if people want to hook up, what's the problem? I mean, if you're only going to be distracting yourself from what you have to do in the Olympics, why do they care? I don't understand that. Let people do what they want to do.
Right, they're adults.
Or I'm also wondering if they said it was to protect the safety of the athletes. That like if the athletes have their Grindr on their phone and they forget, you know.
Oh, sexual assault and things like that.
People know where they are and they can track them and stuff like that.
They just don't want to mess with it, yeah.
That might actually be.
I mean, I understand that. I just never heard a reason other than like we don't want X, Y, and Z.
Are they doing it with just Grindr, or are they doing it with like all the?
The story that I
dating
heard
apps.
was about Grindr.
Three-time
Republicans are like, wait, you can turn it off.
Why didn't they tell us this in Milwaukee?
Yeah, next RNC, turn it off.
When it crashed. 3-time Olympian Elise Christie, very cute blonde, says her account saved her life after her retirement 3 years ago. See, that's the thing. You can be retired by the time you're in your early 20s from being an Olympian. Like, it's all over for you. Then what? You're not going to be on the Wheaties box. She said, I had lost my house and I was working 3 jobs at the time, and OnlyFans brought me back. Now, a lot of these people say it's not explicit content. Mm-hmm. It's just titillating.
Ooh.
So if you're looking for that,
I enjoy being titillated.
Of course. If that will suffice for you, then you can find some Olympians. They should have their own section on OnlyFans. So there you go. There's some spring news.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio app. Rover's Morning Glory.
Theater is riled up because you say you saw a transgender's nutsack during the opening ceremony of the Olympics. I mean,
what else would that be? It's his hairy sack.
It looks like his nutsack, but is it a hole in the guy's tights?